As you probably already know, Bluetooth speakers are pretty much a dime a dozen these days with a lot of good options, under $100. But if you really want something that delivers a great audio experience, you'll sometimes have to spend $300 to $400, especially if you want something that delivers that brand new feature that everyone's talking about, spatial audio. Fortunately, there's an option from the sponsor of today's video, the soundcore Motion X600, which not only delivers spatial audio in this tiny form factor, but it comes in incredibly reasonably priced as well, at just $200. So let's take a look at the speaker to see what it delivers and if it stacks up well against the competition. The build quality of the speaker is actually pretty impressive, with an aluminum handle so that you can carry it around from room to room, an aluminum front panel here, but the back is plastic, though it does match the color, and then there's the soft touch rubber finish on the bottom, along with some well-placed rubber feet, just to make sure that it stays in place when you place it on your furniture and to make sure that it's not scratching anything up. And then along the back, there's the USB-C port for charging and also a 3.5mm headphone jack for auxiliary in, all sealed behind this rubber gasket here, which does add to the IPX7 water resistance rating, which does make this a great companion if you're sitting out by the pool. The top of the speaker sports the same soft touch rubberized finish as the bottom, with buttons embedded to the left and the right of the Sky Channel speaker that's located right in the middle, something that we're going to get to in a minute. Overall, the design, I have to say, is simple, elegant, and I do have to say it's quite unique, and there are a couple different color options as well. But the speaker is more than just about its looks. Soundcore has managed to cram in 5 drivers into the chassis of the Motion X600, with 2 woofers and 2 tweeters on the front, and then a full range driver at the top that Soundcore is dubbing the Sky Channel, that points up at about a 15-degree angle to deliver a more immersive audio experience. Connecting the speaker to your smartphone or tablet is incredibly simple. Turn on the speaker for the very first time and it'll automatically enter into pairing mode. With my Pixel Fold, it did pop up automatically with a prompt to connect the speaker and then download the Soundcore app. To be clear, the app really isn't needed if you don't want to, but if you do want to jump into the settings and change those or tweak the EQ or just get the latest firmware update for the speaker, I definitely suggest downloading it. On the main screen of the app, you can play or pause your music, control the volume, or quickly jump into the EQ settings. And you also have the option to view the battery charge as well. Jumping into the settings, there's not a whole lot to play around with here besides turning off the audio prompts, which I always do, or change the auto power off timer. And then there's the option of turning on LDAC. If you are looking for the best audio experience possible with the speaker, I definitely recommend turning on this feature since it allows you to listen to high-resolution audio files, since it bumps up the standard Bluetooth connection from 330 kilobits per second to 990 kilobits per second at 24 bits, 96 kilohertz. One last feature of the app that I do want to point out is the white noise feature that has a handful of preset options here, but the best part about it is its DIY option that allows you to build your own custom white noise track with 40 different audio sounds and profiles that you can mix and match together to give you the perfect white noise so that you can relax or even fall asleep too. Now, as you'd expect, the true star of the show here is definitely spatial audio. But even with this feature turned off, the front-facing stereo speakers deliver a great audio experience with clear separation between the left and right channels. But you definitely get a fuller sound profile once spatial audio is turned on. And the best part about it is that it works with pretty much any track that you're listening to, not just those that have been specifically remastered for spatial audio. That's because Soundcore is using its own spatial audio engine chip that manages to decode regular stereo audio and then split them into 3 separate channels so that it can also use that top-facing driver for a much richer experience. When I first saw that this speaker also comes with a bass boost button, I was a little hesitant to use it and a bit taken aback simply because I've had some rough experiences with competing devices that just overdo it with the bass. That definitely wasn't the case here though. Soundcore has added just enough with the bass boost so that it's not muddied and doesn't overwhelm the overall sound profile, even if you're listening to a variety of different music genres. Most of the time I listen to the music with spatial audio turned on and also with the bass boost turned on as well for the best listening experience. Of course, I do turn that down if I'm listening to a podcast. While I do have music and listen to it all the time, and I have my fair share of high-end headphones and speakers around the house, I'll be the first to admit that I'm definitely not an audiophile. But DxOMark, which is known for benchmark testing for smartphone cameras, displays, and batteries, also does benchmark testing for speakers and has rated the soundcore Motion X600 as its #1 pick for sub $200 speakers in all categories. And it's also been ranked as the #3 option when you're looking at spatial audio, which is definitely fairly impressive when you consider that most of the competition in that category is significantly more expensive than the $200 that Soundcore is charging for this. The Motion X600 definitely delivers a great user experience for a portable speaker that you can carry from room to room in your house. But if you are looking for a portable speaker that's truly built for the outdoors, I definitely recommend taking a look at the Soundcore MotionBoom Plus that has a true IP67 dust and water resistance rating, which makes it the perfect companion for a day out at the beach or even for a pool party. It also has an included strap in addition to the handle so that you can strap it around your back and carry it with you anywhere that you go. To pump out your music, this does feature two 30-watt titanium woofers on the front, in addition to two 10-watt tweeters as well, for a total of 80 watts of output, in addition to some passive radiators on the left and right-hand sides of the speakers. It doesn't feature the same aluminum body as the X600 does. This is plastic, of course, but that's for good reason since this is significantly lighter at just 5.29 pounds. Getting the speaker set up is just as simple as the other one, and it also does work with the same Soundcore app, so you can actually manage both speakers from the same homepage within the app. It does have a 13,400 milliamp hour battery on the inside, which is rated for up to 20 hours of music playback. I haven't been able to test that fully because that's a lot of music, but it definitely looks like it's going to live up to that. This also sports a pretty cool feature called PartyCast 2.0. And now this isn't a universal standard, so it doesn't work with other brands, but if you or even a friend has another speaker that has PartyCast, that means you can connect to 100 speakers at once, all of them synced up so that they're playing the same song, so that you can throw a great indoor or outdoor party and make sure your music is blaring all night long. At $179, this is definitely the cheaper option of the two, and that's mainly because it doesn't have the spatial audio feature, but the overall sound experience is still really good with this speaker. And if you consider that this is built specifically for the outdoors, Soundcore's actually bumped up the overall max volume of the speaker, so much so that I wouldn't recommend bumping up the volume to 100% if you're going to be using it inside the house. Soundcore's actually bumped up the volume on this speaker quite a bit compared to the other one, and it's about 100 feet behind me right now at about 50%, and you can definitely hear it even over the lawnmower that my neighbors are running right now. But let's see what happens when we bump it up to 100%. You probably don't want to do this without your neighbors getting mad at you. If I was given the choice to choose just one of these speakers, my money would definitely be going to the Soundcore Motion X600. For just $199, this speaker is absolutely phenomenal and probably one of the best ones that I've tested at this price point. And the fact that it has spatial audio on top of all of that just makes it even better. The MotionBoom Plus is definitely a great option as well if you're looking for an outdoor speaker and something that can really keep the volume up, so definitely check that out as well. If you want more details about either of these speakers, be sure to check out the links in the video description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.